Hi, beautiful women. Welcome to your last week. I want to just kind of wrap up everything that we've done so far. Um, if you have been working on your embodiment process, you have been doing the deepest work and the hardest work. So, thank you for taking that on. Um, if you are, I think it's harder than doing 40 days of Breath of Fire every day. It's just some gnarly transformational soul work. I am looking forward to hearing your stories about what's changed and how different you feel in your body. If you feel more comfortable with all of your female stuff, if you, how much more energy you're having. Um, I also want to talk a little bit about just kind of what I call random esoteric stuff. That would namely be stuff like astrology, crystals, using oils, all that sort of stuff. I want to talk about how right now we're in the middle of, as I had mentioned, the Kali Yuga, which in the Kundalini cycle is like the end of like 26,000 years, or also kind of corresponds with the Mayan calendar. Also, the Mayan calendar shifted on December 21st, 2012, and is still having a lot of shakeup happening from that, even though that was in 2012. Cusp type stuff, when there is planetary shifting happening, is sort of decades long and very active. And we're in the middle of that. We're in the middle of just having come through a huge number of eclipses sort of right on top of one another. The earth is speeding up. We've had a bunch of lion gates open. Lots of planets have been retrograde. It's just been a lot astrologically. There were also grand trines that hadn't been seen ever before, and those are all good aspects. So it's not all bad. It's also really good. It's just a lot. And if you're on that fast moving soul train, you're really taking in a lot of energy. And so my hope is that you have really picked up a Kriya that you love, that you really vibe with, that you can do, and that you're feeling really strong in your body and able to move forward into the life you want to live. Some crystals that I think are really good for these energies now is garnet. It's a really good one for the root. That can really help stabilize a lot of fear stuff that we have around money. It's also one that doesn't have anything to do with bypassing or self-sabotage or stuff that is really hard to like get to the root of. It really does it for you. So I really like garnet for that. If you want to have a blue stone, I recommend Chrysocolla. It's kind of like a really harmonizing one for all the organs. Very cooling, beautiful. Turquoise is great. Carnelian is great for second chakra, especially for creating, and especially if you're artsy like me and in the arts. The turquoise and the carnelian and the coral were all Yogi Bhajan's some of his favorite crystals to use. Some things that can also be very helpful are tourmaline, black tourmaline, to sort of pick up any negativity, smog, and stuff like that. Green tourmaline to help with father figure issues, money, chronic fatigue. Some of these are just really amazing. The green tourmaline helped me a lot in my relationship with my dad. We made a lot of progress when I was working with that stone. It's just, all of these are beautiful ways to kind of have add-ons for yourself using the crystals. And especially if you've gotten a yoni egg, you've gotten one made of jade or of some other crystal. And so I'm hoping that you will really enjoy using those and feel really powerful using those. I also am a big believer in oils, specifically because of the olfactory sense being one of the strongest, longest, deepest senses we have is our sense of smell. You know, we can smell basically our moms when we are born, our mothers when we are born. That's how we sense where our food is, and we kind of, the scent of the placenta stays with our mothers, and there's all this science around scent. So that's what I like about the oils. And I like that it can really be like a shortcut to changing our moods very drastically. And I like that it can really be a shortcut to healing us, especially with like minor stuff. Like you start, like you're going to feel like you start getting sick, and take some thieves oil or whatever, you know. Food grade is, of course, best, especially for taking stuff internally. But it's just sort of like another one of those little insurance things. Like if you're going to wear jewelry and you're going to smell good, you know, have it have some power with it. You know, have it have some other vibration with it. The rose is supposed to vibrate at like the highest vibration, rose oil. It is extremely expensive, but if it's something that you want to splurge on, like I do occasionally, I think it's worthwhile. Part of our transformation into energizing our lives and becoming a goddess is to adorn ourselves with crystals and oil the body and be one with the moon and the stars. That's all part of what we have been becoming. And again, I want you to be very gentle with yourselves as you move through the world during this rebirth. You need a postpartum period of resting. You need a lying in period. You need support still as you continue to sort of navigate these waters in a new way with your new self, or with more of your soul through. And I'm hoping that all of these, the breath work and the embodiment and the herbals, have all contributed to helping you feel better and more like the goddess that you are. And I'm going to keep the Facebook group active and answer any questions you have. I am here for you, and this is a community of supportive women, and I want you to feel like you can still come back and talk about what's happening. And I want you to know that you are loved and appreciated. And I can't wait to hear from you. I can't wait to hear about all the wonderful things. I also can't wait to hear just about all of the challenges that we're all experiencing. And I'm so happy that you were able to be a part of this group. And I cannot wait to hear all about what you're doing. So thank you so much. And from the bottom of my heart, I'm sending you so much love.